At 10:45 a.m., a bomb explosion took place at the United States Embassy at the junction of Moi Avenue and Haile Selassie, killing at least 257 people and injuring close to 5,000.
On the morning of August 7, 1998, an ordinary day turned into a nightmare. Nearly simultaneously, bombs exploded in front of the American embassies in Nairobi, Kenya, and Salaam, Tanzania, marking one of the deadliest terror attacks in African history.
To the parking lot, the back of the parking lot next to the embassy in Nairobi. And there was a guard in the shack, and when he said open up, he said no, I'm not going to open up, and one of the bad guys jumped out and threatened him with a hand grenade, a little gelatina hand grenade type of thing, and then fired the gun in the air a bunch of times. The local guard ducked down in the booth, was trying to talk to the Marine at Post 1 and say there's somebody out here with a gun and stuff, and the guy, the suicide bomber truck, blew it up.
My Lord, I don't want to die. I have received that. I have refused that grief, my God. I don't want to die.
So I saw people thrown out, peppers, glass, name it. And when we arrived, we see there was chaos, vehicles going all sides.
The blast claimed 224 lives, including 12 Americans, and left more than 4,500 people injured. The attacks were orchestrated by the terrorist group al-Qaeda, forever changing the lives of thousands and altering global security policies.
Cowardly act, uncalled for, uncivilized, and this is typically the work of terrorists, which my government has committed together with the US government as recent as the Entebbe summit, where my president and other presidents from that region met with President Clinton, and in the joint communique, my government committed to work closely with the US government in fighting international terrorism.
In the aftermath, extraordinary efforts from the federal and international partners led to swift identifications and capture of key perpetrators. Within 20 days, Mohammed Sadiq Ode and Mohammed Rashid Daoud Al-Owali were arrested in Kenya and extradited to the United States. They were convicted and sentenced to life in prison in October 2001.
Vague generalities about Mr. O'Day, but if you get past that and you look at the specifics, you will see that after 2 months of what must have been the most intense, well-financed investigation in the history of mankind, the government still cannot come up with one single act that they claim that Mr. O'Day did that in any way furthered or contributed to either of these bombings. That's all I have to say.
In September 1998, Mamdouh Mahmoud Salim was arrested in Germany, a founding member of al-Qaeda. Salim's violent tendencies continued in prison, where he stabbed a federal corrections officer. He is now serving a life sentence. That same month, Wadi El-Hajj, a naturalized American citizen and former personal security to Osama bin Laden, was arrested in Texas. Convicted for his role in the bombing, El-Hajj was sentenced to life in prison in 2001. The bombings occurring 8 years to the day after US troops were sent to Saudi Arabia following Iraq's invasion of Kuwait were a direct message from al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, protesting the presence of US forces in the region. Of those killed in the Nairobi bombing, 56 were US government employees, contractors and family members. In Salaam, 11 lives were lost and over 85 people were injured. The devastation was immense, leaving a scar on the hearts of many. In response, the United States launched a cruise missile at suspected terrorist targets in Afghanistan and Sudan on August 28, 1998, marking the beginning of a relentless pursuit of justice. Over the following years, numerous individuals involved in the bombings were apprehended, tried and sentenced. Notable arrests include suspects like Ibrahim Hussein Abdel Hadi, Ediorus and Adel Abdul Bari in London, and Khalfan Khamis Mohammed in South Africa. In 2003, a new fortified US embassy was opened on the outskirts of Nairobi, symbolizing resilience and a commitment to safety and security. On May 2, 2011, al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden was killed by US Special Forces in a raid in Abbottabad, Pakistan, providing a sense of closure for many affected by his terror network's actions. As we mark the 25th anniversary of the bombing, the memories of that tragic day remain vivid. Victims and their families continue to seek justice and compensation, reminding the world of the enduring impact of terrorism. The August 7th bombings were a pivotal moment in history, reshaping our understanding of global security and the relentless fight against terrorism. We remember the victims, honor the heroes, and continue to strive for a safer world. Let us never forget the lives lost and the bravery shown on that fateful day. Together, we can honor their memory and work towards a future free from the shadow of terror.